Hi, I'm Priscilla Baez. I am 29 years old. I am originally from New York City, grew up on the Upper West Side. My mom's family is from Puerto Rico. My father is actually from the Dominican Republic. Grew up, in the projects of New York City. Went to boarding school in Massachusetts for 2 years, and then also went to finish high school in Central New Jersey. Went to school with kids at 12 years old from all around the world. Nigeria, from Saudi Arabia, from England, from China, from Japan. My mom always tells me this funny story about when I was in first grade. My teacher had called her and was like, "You need to do something about your daughter. Like, she finishes her work too fast and she runs around the classroom telling other kids that they're doing things wrong." College was a difficult time. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to come back every single semester just because financially I didn't have a family who was able to pay for me to go to school. So I had to grind to apply for every scholarship that I could. How to get into this industry? Almost by chance. I went to a career fair with my college, with Penn State, and met a recruiter who told me she had an opportunity at Samsung's in-house ad agency, and just met a man who was going to be my boss, and he just blew me away. He was like, "You seem like a really smart girl. I think you'd have a really great career in this." He walked me through essentially what media planning is. It's not just the creative process, it's the strategy behind who are the people that we're trying to reach. What's the right message that we need to send them? Where do we need to reach them? It really was about the creative and the analytical side of advertising, which is kind of what drew me in. One of the most amazing things that I really love about being in New York and being in advertising and marketing is that on a day-to-day basis I can draw inspiration for what it is that I do. I see different people of different ages, different ethnicities, whether it's on the subway or grabbing lunch or on my way home. What are people wearing? What are people doing? Being able to pay attention to those minor details and seeing what's around you really is great. My colleagues would probably describe me as very passionate, very loyal, motivated, inquisitive. They probably also describe me as being invested in them. I just expect a standard of excellence. Like, everybody has to have an input, everybody needs to have an opinion, everybody needs to have a voice. I like to take all of my worldly experience and apply it to situations. It's not just about, this is how it's been done, so this is how we're gonna continue doing it. That's like my number one pet peeve. If the world were the same 50 years ago because it was working 50 years ago, I wouldn't be here. I definitely do have to think about the fact that I'm a woman, that I'm younger than most people in my position, that it can be intimidating, or some people might think that I really haven't worked hard to get to where I've gotten to. Look at my resume. I've held the positions. I have the credentials. I have to be mindful of still showing that nurturing side, because that's what people expect from a female in a position of leadership, but also making sure that I'm not undermining my own intelligence. For me, a challenge is working through a problem and getting to a solution, not focusing on the problem. I can't stand when people are just like going crazy because something didn't go right, and it's like, but you're focusing on the fact that it didn't go right, as opposed to saying, okay, well, how do we prevent it from going wrong again, and how do we fix the situation right now? We always joke in this industry, we're not saving babies, we're not curing cancer, but actually working on a vaccine that helps prevent cancer was amazing. I'm actually behind getting this message out there that's actually generating responses, from the government, from, different grassroots organizations, and impacting, girls as well as teens. Why do I need this opportunity? I feel like I can do it. I'm passionate about it. This is what I do naturally. I'm naturally inquisitive about brands and about marketing. I've worked in advertising, I've worked in media, I've worked in entertainment. I've done integrated marketing, I've done digital media, I've done traditional strategy. So I think I bring a mix of experiences as well as being a lavish consumer. If you look at my closet, it looks like a department store. I have always considered myself a winner. I think there's nothing that I really can't do. And if I can't do it, I can learn it. I find myself in this position more about showing that this is an opportunity for anybody. So you can come from any kind of background and be able to be successful. It really is about working hard and being smart and being dedicated and being passionate about what it is that you want to pursue. And sometimes that's being a basketball player, sometimes it's being a movie star, sometimes it's being, an actress, but it's also about being a brand marketer. In order for all these other brands to be successful, it takes people like me to get them there. I'm a real girl from the city who's just trying to work hard. I grew up with not so much. Everything that got me here was making my family proud. The opportunities that they've given me and all the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into my life is really, gonna help pay off and put me in a better position.